Hi, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be making a tote bag from a pillowcase that I got at a charity shop. It's this Pokemon pillowcase. So it has Pikachu and Eevee on either side. So I'm thinking that when it's folded in half, they kind of fit either side. So we have Eevee over here, and then on the other side, Pikachu. I kind of like that. So I think we'll make a really simple tote bag. So you can follow along for how to make a tote bag with some straps. I think we'll do a couple of internal pockets. And yeah, so let's get started. With the pillowcase, it would be easier to just kind of cut completely out, but because the feet and the ears go into the seams, I don't want to lose as much. So we're going to kind of seam rip underneath here. Yeah, so that's going to add some extra time. So after undoing the stitch on the side, I've kind of noticed that the edges are overlocked, but they're overlocked together. So if I unpick the stitches, it's just going to be open and frayed on there anyway. So I may as well save time and just kind of cut along this overlock stitch. Otherwise, I'm going to be spending 10-15 minutes to undo it, and I'm going to get this basically the same result to save 2 millimeters. So now I've got the two pieces cut out. So we're just going to measure the dimensions of this one, and then we're going to cut the lining for the same dimensions from that. We've got the outer piece. We have the lining for the same dimensions as the outer piece. Then we've got two straps. So one for each bag. So one for this bag, and then one for the other bag. So now we're gonna take the lining and we're gonna sew the side, bottom, and the right side. So we're going to make a U shape. Then we're going to do the same on the outer layer. Again, we're going to go and make a U shape, and we're going to leave the top. We're going to leave the top open for now. One down for 3 to go. So now we've got the exterior, the interior, and the handles. What we need to do is now we're going to make some box corners to give it some depth. So instead of a flat bag, we're going to give it some depth. So at the bottom where we've sewn these corners, we're going to end up sewing a box here. So what you do is you take your ruler, and then on the corner just here, you're going to measure certain amount of centimeters going right, and then also the same amount of centimeters going down. So I'm going to go for about probably 2.5 centimeters. So we'll mark it here and here. And then we're going to take that, let me see if I can do this one-handed. So we have, because you can't really see it because of the light. So that's 3, we'll make it 3 centimeters. So we've got 3 centimeters here by 3 centimeters here. So we're just going to draw around this. Then we're going to do that on the other side, and then also on this corner, then also on the corners of the exterior. And then I'll show you the next step. Now we've got the boxes on each corner. It's going to be easier to show on the lining. What you do is you go through the middle and open up the lining, or whichever one is, and then we're taking the points of each box. So we're matching up this corner here to this corner here. And then we're going to open it up and pin or clamp, and then we're going to sew a stitch all the way across here, and that's what's going to give us a box corner. Let's go. So that's one side sewn. So now we're going to do it on the other side as well. I like to do it like this because then it involves less cutting in between. Then I can just sew, 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 and then cut them out individually after. So now when we turn it inside out and open it up, now the bag is a bit wider and isn't a flat, so it's not a flat bag anymore. Now it has some depth to it. So now it's just the assembly of all the different pieces. So now is the construction part. So the first thing that you want to do to get a good handle placement is fold the bag. I find it easier on the sturdier fabric, so I'm going to do this on this lining. So fold it in half and then use your chalk, wherever my chalk is. Bear with. So once you've found the chalk, what you're going to do is fold the bag in half, and then maybe a side without any markings. So line up the two sides so you have an even top. Fold it again. And then you're going to use the chalk and you're going to mark just on the inside here. So you don't have to be, too precise, but you want to get it just on where the fold on the inside is. So I kind of like to open it up, place the chalk so I know where it is, then give a little line. I like to make this one quite thick. Then turn it over, and then where you can see this line, we also want a line on the other side too. Now that we've got that. So then when we open it up, we have this line here and also this line here. So we can take this line over to the other side, which from a previous line, I already have one. And then we're going to do the same over here, this line, and then over here. So now these are going to be where we're going to place the straps. So now we're going to construct. Before we do that, I've cut the straps for the handles there. But what I like to do is, because this is kind of plasticky, I'll take a lighter, and then we just want to melt the ends here. Just like run the lighter really, really quickly over the ends, just to kind of make it so it's not going to fray. Okay, so now we've done that. So take one of the exteriors. So we want the exterior inside out. So the inside part here is what will be on the outside of the bag. Then we have the lining. So then the lining, we want the right sides touching each other. So the good sides. So we're going to put this one inside here. So this is the exterior of the bag. And then this is also the side that we'll see in there. You can see on here, the seams are on the inside. So first of all, match the sides. This can be a little bit fiddly. But we just want to match our side seams. Okay, and then we can put a little clip in there. We'll go around to this side and then a little clip in there. I think I made the lining just a little bit bigger. Okay. And then we want to locate the marks that we made earlier. And then the handles are going to go down inside between the lining and the external. So they're going to be sandwiched in between. So find where the line was, and then we're going to attach one strap there. We want to make sure that the strap isn't twisted. So then we'll just follow that round, and then we want to find the second line that we have just there. And then we'll clip that one in there. Okay, and then we want to put that one inside there. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. So I'm going to put the straps onto this side. Then after that, then we're going to sew all the way around, and then we're going to leave a gap here. So we're going to leave a gap maybe of, I don't know, what would you call that? 10 centimeters, 5 centimeters. We just need enough gap that we can turn the entire bag inside out. So let's attach the other, I'm going to attach the other strap off camera. Then I'm going to sew this, and then I will stop when I'm just about to turn it inside out. So I like to put 2 clips so I know where to stop. So we've got the gap here where we're not going to sew, and then we're going to sew all the way around, and then we're going to leave the gap right here at the front. So it's all sewn together, and then as you can see, there is a gap just there. Then we're going to turn the entire thing inside out. So very, very slowly, carefully, kind of just pull it through. I find getting the handles out first kind of helps turn it all the way around. So we're just pushing everything through that hole so that it comes out the other side. And this is the moment where you see if you've messed up or not. Okay. And then we can put the lining inside here. Kind of push it in. And here we go. We have the bag. I think, yeah. So now we're gonna do a top stitch all the way around here and also to close up here. So I'm gonna use my iron to press all these parts here just to make it nice and crisp. And then I'm gonna sew the other bag. And yeah, I'll see you in a sec. So now we've got the edges nice and pressed. So we're just going to do a top stitch all the way around, starting on the side seam, and then we're going to top stitch all the way around until we end up back on here. So this is the final bag. So we have Pikachu on one side with Eevee on the other. We've got a top stitch running around the edge just here with some handles. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.